Let's talk about Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. They had the San Francisco 49ers down 24-7 going into halftime, and they found a way to lose this game. A lot of people are blaming Dan Campbell for this, and I'm one of those people. Yes, the players did not step up big in the second half, but you have to take your points. Dan Campbell continues to go for it when he doesn't have to. Take your three. It's okay to go out there and take a field goal from time to time. That's the one thing with Dan Campbell that makes him a very good head coach, and at times makes him a very infuriating head coach to look at as well. Because a lot of Detroit Lion fans get very pissed off when they see them go for it for no reason. And when they get it, it's amazing. And when you don't, it doesn't look as good. That's the cost of being aggressive. And I do think long term, you do have the right head coach and Dan Campbell. I'm not going to come on here and say fire Dan Campbell. He doesn't deserve to be fired. This man found a way to get you to the NFC Championship for the first time in a very long time. I don't know if Coach Ben Johnson is going to be on this roster next season on the coaching staff. Next season, he may go and be the Washington Commanders head coach. If not, he'll stick with this team, but I would like to see him stick around with this squad as well. They have the right pieces in play before I get more into this game. You have a huge decision with Jared Goff. Do you want to give him a major contract extension? But you have a very good running back set with David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. When you look at this game, they had the blueprint. They had the formula. They had the San Francisco 49ers dead to rights going into halftime. They were running the football. They were getting things going in the right direction. They were targeting the safeties. They did everything that you had to do in this game to win. In the second half, it was a whole different team. Jared Goff did miss some throws in this game. It was a key drop by Josh Reynolds in this game. On the day, the Detroit Lions were 6-12 on third down, and they were 1 for 3 on fourth down. And those were pivotal moments for this team. It wasn't like those just throwaway downs for this team. Those were pivotal moments. The biggest one was being 1 for 3 on fourth down. With Josh Reynolds dropping that pass, that was a huge drop for this team. And with them going for it again later in the game, and when Jared Goff is scrambling out to the right and he throws to the middle of the field and he was not able to connect with the target, that definitely hurt this team as well. The defense did not look the same in the second half. They kept Christian McCaffrey under wraps in the first half because they kept him for under 3 yards a carry. On the day, Christian McCaffrey came out and ate this defense up. He came out of that halftime. He had 20 carries, 90 yards rushing on the day, 4.5 yards to carry, and 2 rushing touchdowns. They played very well. They were getting interceptions in the first half off of Brock Purdy. The pressure was there. On the second half, they were not able to do that. And a lot of it comes down to coaching adjustments. You didn't have those many adjustments come from the Detroit Lions. And they still found a way to go out there and score some points in the second half. They didn't go scoreless in the second half. They had a touchdown in the fourth quarter. The third quarter is what did this team in. You had the Jahmyr Gibbs fumble, and next thing you know, that opens up the door for the San Francisco 49ers, and they kick it right in. When you have 27 points in the second half of a game and you lose by 3 points, something desperately has went wrong for the team that was up 24-7. I feel for Detroit Lion fans because this was a very good season for this team. They found a way to go out there, win the division. We heard all this noise on the back half of last season and how good this team looks, how good the players look. Is Jared Goff the true guy with this team long term? And it seems like he may be. You have the right pieces in play. Jameson Williams is a guy that missed time this season because of a gambling issue off the field, but he had some good moments in this game as well. He had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown as well. But Jared Goff missed some big plays in this game with some of the throws. It was a situation to where you had Jameson Williams. He had the guy beat, but the second defender came over and Jared Goff barely missed him. This is 66 consecutive seasons without a championship, which is the second longest drought in the NFL. I feel for the fan base. I do feel for the team, but I'm not going to come on here and just say, hey, it was a throwaway season. It was a great season in the regular season. They got screwed in that Dallas Cowboys game, and that's another example that I use of Dan Campbell. When you should just kick the extra point going to overtime, he said, nah, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for 2 no matter what, even if we are 15 yards away from converting the 2-point conversion. He has to learn that, and he has to understand, hey, it's okay to go out there and take 3. It's okay to go out there and not go for 2 every single time. To trust in my defense and to trust in my guys. If they had 3 more points in this game, they would have been in a better situation. But instead of taking 3, you go for it on fourth down and you didn't convert. That hurts this team. And it's not a guarantee the kicker goes out there and he takes the 3 points and you're in a great situation, because there was a lot of miscues in this game. I thought Jared Goff on the day played very solid. He didn't play amazing, but he did play solid. This playoff run, he played very good. He did not have a single interception for this entire playoff run. You have to give him credit for that. The run game was spectacular in the first half. They went away from it in the second half. You tried to put the ball in Jared Goff's hands when you already had the game won after halftime. When you had that substantial lead, they had the crowd out of it. They had all the momentum going their way, but they just wanted to go out there and be aggressive and put the ball in Jared Goff's hands. Still run the football with Jahmyr Gibbs, run the football with David Montgomery. I really want to see more David Montgomery in this game, because in the first half, he was phenomenal. He was running all over the place. He was breaking tackles. He was catching the edge. David Montgomery looked like the best running back on the field in the first half. Into the second half came Christian McCaffrey. He had 15 carries for 93 rushing yards on the day, 6 yards a carry, and 1 rushing touchdown. And Jahmyr Gibbs did play solid. Give him his credit before he had that major fumble in the third quarter. They had big moments in this game, and this was a very successful season for the Detroit Lions. It just sucks that they go out in this fashion. But give everyone credit in this game. Aiden Hutchinson did not come away with a sack in this game. He had 8 sacks over the last 4 games. You can minus this one because he did have 2 pass deflections, but he was all over the field roaming as well. Alex Anzalone was going out there. He had the most tackles on the team on the day. Jack Campbell is a rookie. He had the second most tackles on the day as well. Kirby Joseph. I look at a guy like Cameron Sutton with this team. Had some good moments early on, but as a number 1 corner, he's not a true number 1. We saw this last week against Mike Evans and crew. He was not good enough. We saw that the week before. It's not good enough. He's not good enough to be in that situation to be a true number 1 corner. So you have to go out there and find a corner in the draft, in free agency, do whatever you have to do. They paid Cameron Sutton a lot of money to come over and to be a true number 1 corner with this team, or just be an effective playmaker. Just wasn't good enough. You had Deebo Samuel, who had some big plays in this game, and the same with Brandon Ayuk as well. And Cameron Sutton has not looked good on the back half of the season. He did not look good in this playoff race either. I do want to say this as well. It was a lot of bang plays down the stretch. That catch with Brandon Ayuk where he catches the ball off the defender's face mask, that was insane. That's just bad luck for the Detroit Lions. But at the end of the day, they had key moments to where they could have went out there and won this game. A lot of people wanted to see Detroit Lions get into the Super Bowl, and for some, it'll be their first time ever seeing them in the Super Bowl. But this really sucks for this team. This was the largest blown playoff lead in franchise history because you had them down 17 points. But let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the Detroit Lions long term, and did Dan Campbell cost this team the win over the San Francisco 49ers? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, when each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.